We scored more than one goal. Plan the parade!
Sucker bleu. I don't want to overact.
What was that?
This is going to be a good year.
Not this year. The best game ever. Hello and welcome to Hawks Recap. Game 21 has just concluded, which means the season is old enough to officially go out to the bars. Cheers to all of you. The Blackhawks win in this game. They beat the Minnesota Wild by the score of 3-1. Coming into this game, the Wild had as many excuses as possible not to show up, not to play well in this game. It was their third game in 4 nights. It was the back end of a back-to-back. They're not going to play their best hockey. It's just not realistic. Wild fans, if you're watching, I would not be too disappointed in this loss. Yes, it sucks losing to a divisional foe. I get that. But your team still put up a valiant effort despite the circumstances. Fellow Hawks fans, it doesn't matter what the circumstances are for the opponent. You still have to take advantage of it. 2 points is 2 points. It doesn't make this win any less good. The fact of the matter is the Hawks on this 3-game homestand got 5 out of 6 points and won both games against divisional opponents. Yes, it sucks that we lost in a shootout to Los Angeles, but I will still take 5 out of 6 points on a 3-game homestand every single time. And that's especially true considering the stretch of games the Hawks are about to play. Hopefully this win acts as a bit of a springboard for that. Now coming back to this game, first period, you could tell the Wild were a little bit tired. Blackhawks definitely took advantage of that, and 8 minutes into the game, the Blackhawks would get a power play. And thankfully, they would actually take advantage of this power play. Very nice to see. Patrick Kane somehow squeaks a pass through the crease to Taves, who just has to tap the puck in, and the Hawks grab the 1-0 lead. The Blackhawks will get another power play opportunity later on in the first period. They wouldn't score on it, although it still looked pretty decent. They still had their opportunities, and that's something I've really liked so far. It seems like our power play, our special teams in general, has been improving under Coach Colleton, and I'm really excited about that because you start getting more into the league average, at least, of your special teams, and you start winning some more games because of it. Now, Blackhawks don't score, as I mentioned, but shortly after, Brandon Saad gets an opportunity, chips the puck past Dumba, then goes inside, outside, chasing the puck down, blows by Dumba, takes the puck forehand, backhand, past a poke check from the Wild goaltender and pots it home. Oh, what a silky move from Saad, and the Hawks are up 2-0. This is the type of play we remember from Saad during his first stint with the Blackhawks. This was the type of player we hoped to get back when we traded Panarin for him. Yes, he had a down year, and it sucked because it made that trade look even worse. But if Saad is back to his old self, and from the past couple of games, it looks like he's playing a lot better. You couple that with his contract situation, the trade makes a lot more sense. And I hope people really start seeing that, especially considering that Saad is playing a lot better now than he was last season. So the Blackhawks go into the second period up 2-0, but as we all know, the second period hasn't been too kind for the Blackhawks this season. They've had trouble keeping these types of leads, and what do you know? The Wild come out firing in the second period. The Hawks don't really help themselves as they commit a few penalties in the second period, one of which Zach Parise takes advantage of and cuts the lead down to a single goal. But thankfully, the Hawks are able to weather the storm for the rest of the second period, and they go into the third period up by 1. In the third period, I thought the Wild were probably the better team here, but that makes sense because they were pushing to get that tying goal. I still thought the Hawks played well in the fact that they were able to limit the Wild's chances, they were able to weather the storm, and they were able to hang on to this 1-goal lead. And remembering back to last year, there is no way that our defense hangs on to this 1-goal lead. And that's a positive for this season. The fact of the matter is that in the last 4 games, our defense, Corey Crawford included, has given up 1 even strength goal. I don't care who you're playing. NHL teams are NHL teams. Any team would take that defensive result. Any team would take it. And as much as we've harped on our defense, and rightfully so, we need to give them props for this last stretch of games because this is as good of a result defensively as you could hope for. And it results in the Hawks getting 6 out of 8 points in these last 4 games, all capped off by a Dominic Kahun empty net goal to make it a 3-1 win over the Wild. Goodness, it was great seeing Kahun get this empty net goal because he's done so many good things this season that just don't show up on the score sheet. And seeing him get that goal, you could tell it meant quite a lot to him. It was great to see that. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the Hawks are going into a bit of a tough stretch of schedule here, all starting off with an Eastern Conference road trip, beginning with the defending Stanley Cup champion Washington Capitals on Thanksgiving Eve. This is going to be quite the test for the Hawks under Jeremy Colleton. We're going to see what this team is really made of. But that'll be for another video. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as you enjoyed the result in this game. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that as always. Most importantly, though, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.